Hello, my name is Kylie Price, a pharmacy student at the UConn School of Pharmacy, working in conjunction with Dr. C. Michael White, PharmD and Distinguished Professor in the School of Pharmacy. In this video, I will be answering the question, how effective is the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine against COVID-19 infection? This is part of a series on the COVID-19 vaccines from Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson, and we hope you find it informative. We are providing this general information based on our assessment of the COVID-19 vaccine literature, and it was current at the time of recording. This is not a substitute for medical advice provided by your personal healthcare provider. If you have a medical emergency, please call 911 right away. We have not received funding from Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or any other group. We just want to help you make an informed decision. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is very effective at preventing severe or critical COVID-19 disease starting 4 weeks after receiving a single dose. Severe or critical COVID-19 diseases include all people who needed to be hospitalized because they had a respiratory rate greater than or equal to 30 breaths per minute, heart rate greater than or equal to 125 beats per minute, or an oxygen saturation less than or equal to 93% without supplemental oxygen. It also included people who needed to have high-flow oxygen, a ventilator, went into shock, or had kidney, liver, or brain dysfunction from COVID-19. Finally, it included patients admitted to the ICU and those who died from COVID-19. These are those things that people are most afraid of and that stress out our healthcare system. So how well did the Johnson & Johnson vaccine do? It reduced the risk of any severe or critical COVID-19 infection by 85% overall, but this looks to be age-related. In those under 60 years of age, it reduced the risk by 92%, but only by 70% in older people. Importantly, no vaccinated patient died from COVID-19, so if you're under 60 years of age, this vaccine will provide excellent efficacy in a single dose, while for older patients, it provides strong efficacy. In the news media, we hear from some places that the Johnson & Johnson efficacy is only 66%, while others say it's 72%, and this might rightfully confuse you. Let's break it down for you and provide some clarity. If you look at COVID-19 infection, regardless of severity and including people from the US and around the world, the risk of COVID-19 infection was reduced by 66%. Regardless of the patient's age, they had the same reduction in risk. If you looked at just US participants, the risk of COVID-19 infection was reduced by 72%. What are the critical takeaway messages? If you're under 60 years of age, you can be very confident that with the single shot, only 1 out of 3 people who would have had symptomatic COVID-19 before would now have it, and only 1 out of 10 people who would have been hospitalized, put on a ventilator, or die from COVID-19 would now experience that. If you are 60 years of age or older, you can be very confident that only 1 out of 3 people who would have had symptomatic COVID-19 would now have it, and only 3 out of 10 people who would have been hospitalized, put on a ventilator, or die from COVID-19 would now experience that. If you are over 60 years of age, there may be legitimate reasons to get the 2-dose Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, preferentially over the single Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and you should speak with your physician about this. However, there are risks of delaying vaccination, since you would then have no protection against COVID-19, and if too many people delay receiving the vaccine, we will delay achieving herd immunity, where we as a community protect each other and are able to truly get back to a normal or near normal life. There is an ongoing study assessing the effectiveness of a second dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, so it could very well be that patients getting the first dose now would get strong protection and would be able to enhance the effectiveness by receiving a second dose in the future. For more information about Pfizer and Moderna vaccines and achieving partial and full herd immunity, please check out our other videos in the series.